Hey, welcome everybody to Cool Bike Projects. Thanks for your patience as we get this live stream started. My name's Rusty Earl and I run this YouTube channel called Cool Bike Projects. And this is our first live stream we're going to attempt to do. I've got a couple cameras here and just enough technology to get things screwed up. So hopefully this turns out well tonight. So if you're just joining us for the first time here, normally we're a channel that talks about bicycle repair, restoration, and resto mods. And my goal for tonight in doing this live stream is to do kind of a recap of some of our projects from 2022, introduce some new projects, including a documentary we're doing from 2023, as well as to announce this giveaway we're doing with Magic Shine. This is a 5,000 lumens, super bright night riding light for mountain biking or road biking that we'll be giving away throughout this week. So let me go and change angles here and we'll give you some more details. All right, it worked. Sweet. Hopefully the sound's coming through. If you're able to see things okay and everything, would you please tell me yes in the chat below? All right, looks like things are coming through okay. Okay, thanks again for joining me again. I thought we would go and start with a quick highlight video talking about some of the projects from 2022. And then we'll talk some more about where the channel has kind of grown from and where we hope to grow it in 2023.
The feedback we get from people is tremendous. It's very gratifying to hear from them. A recent bike, a fellow said, it's too pretty to ride now. It was his daily rider, and now he's afraid to ride it because it looks so great. I had one guy come to the shop, pick it up, and he goes, "You must get an awful lot of satisfaction out of doing this." And that caught me. It's like, well, yeah, I do get personal satisfaction out of taking something that was less than stellar and turning it into something.
Okay, hopefully it's coming through okay now. So the 2022 year has been really good for me. As many of you know, this is something I do on the side. My main employer is actually a university on this side. There we go, Kansas State University. I've worked with them for about 11 years as a video producer. And prior to that, I ran a bicycle shop for about 10 years as a side business, also as a school teacher. And so bicycle repair has just always kind of been a part of my life. And for me, when we made the move back to Idaho, I was able to take my job with me. So I'm a remote video editor and producer. And then on the side for fun, I keep my fingers sort of rough by working on bikes on the weekends and try to document some of that here in the YouTube channel. So really for me, this is not a moneymaker. This is more of just kind of keeping kind of the creative juices flowing. It also helps me as a video producer when I'm not currently out filming in the fields to try and keep my my camera skills up to par. So having said that, here in 2022, had a lot of fun with you guys sharing and making new projects. Just kind of a recap, we made a total of 29 videos this last year. 9 of those were full restorations or resto mods. 10 of those were how-to videos, and we had a total of 4 collaborations, including those that were sent to me where we'd work on your bike together. At the start of this last highlight video, we actually had a little recap of one of our last videos on the Grody Brothers bicycle restoration business. And Mark Rainey is just an incredible guy. So from here on out, when people ask me, hey, if I send you my bike, could you do a complete restoration for me, and what would you charge? One, I typically don't have everything needed, including a paint booth, to do that. And so I would highly encourage you guys to check out Grody Brothers Bicycle Restoration in Topeka, Kansas, where they can actually handle some of the bigger projects. If you wanted to actually ship a frame and have them do a powder coat of that or do some other projects. So with 2022, what was kind of cool that happened was we had a number of bicycle industry sponsors reach out to me, not so much with money, but more of just with supplies, saying, hey, we like what you're doing. Could you use some tires, tubes? Do you need some cables? And that's been a huge help on a number of these projects. And so most recently, I've had Rock and Roll Lube step up and say, we like what you're doing, and we'd love to send you probably a lifetime supply worth of grease and lubricants to help working on bikes. And so if you guys are watching, thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. Along with those sponsors, we have Bike Flights, who's given out several boxes and have paid for part of the shipping to get bikes back and forth to me, as well as Mark Cycling that does grips, pedals, tools, all kinds of things. And then just a couple months ago, we had Capri Tools come online that sent me a whole bunch of ratchets and hand tools to help with the bike projects. So I appreciate that, and that's definitely made 2022 a very fun year for me. Now, what's coming up online here in the future is we're taking on a couple different types of projects where it's not just about restoring a bicycle, but telling the story behind the people who work on bikes. And so I want to play for you just a really quick teaser for an upcoming documentary I'm making on a group called Big Brother Lowriding. Well, shoot, look like that's not playing back just yet. So we'll try that again here in just a minute. But what's going on is I've had a chance to interview a guy named Robert Wallace down in Pocatello, Idaho, that started up a nonprofit group where they restore and basically create lowriders. And this is the kind you would have seen back in the 80s and 90s, where kind of a cool Southwest California style of taking either old Schwinn Stingrays or even small kids' bikes, raking out the fork, really lowering the bike as much as possible, and giving it kind of a California flavor. And so what's cool about this project is that Robert has spent the last few years trying to train young men not just to work on bikes, but also how to make some better life choices. So if I can get the trailer play for you guys in a few minutes, I will play that back. So finally, I want to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about this giveaway we're doing. So the company is called Magic Shine. They have made a whole slew of night riding lights as well as cap lights and everything else. And these things are freaking bright. So 5,000 lumens. If you've ever looked at one of those million candle power lights, this is very, very powerful. It comes with an LED or a LiPo battery pack that will last for hours and hours. It has, I think, 5 different modes of brightness. So in order to be entered into the giveaway, here are the details. First of all you need to be entered is be a subscriber to this channel. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and hit subscribe. And then you need to make a comment on here, something to the effect of, what do we put in here? One of your favorite places to ride. And if I don't have that correct here, if you look at the information bar below on the video, there is a series of 7 different things required for the project itself, or for the giveaway. And one of those, it basically says to answer this question, which is name one of your favorite places to ride. So between now and December 30th at 6 p.m., that is the window of time in which you have to make a comment on this channel. I ask that you just make one comment only. If you want to chat or do kind of a Q&A, you can do that over here on the sidebar for this live stream. But otherwise, just a simple comment right there. And then the way we're going to announce the winner is on December 30th around 6 p.m. I will choose a single comment from a random software comment picker. And then I will announce it underneath the community page of the YouTube channel. So if you see anything where it's an auto reply from Cool Bike Projects, that's not from me, it's probably a bot. The only way we're going to see it announced is in the community page, and I will do that a little bit after 6 p.m. on December 30th. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, they just emailed me tonight, the group from Magic Shine. They are able to ship this directly from their warehouse within 5 to 12 working days, but there is a limit as far as where they can ship it to due to their warehouses. So, if you live in the US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, or anywhere in Europe, they can ship this to you. Outside of that, unfortunately, they can't ship it to you at this point in time. So please make a comment down below. We'll be happy to hopefully find one of you to win this by December 30th at 6 p.m. And let's go and try one more time to see if we can get this trailer to play. Well, it looks like it's not going to work on this right here. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Well, as we're finishing up tonight, let's go ahead and jump to kind of some Q&A. For those of you that stuck around this whole time, I appreciate it. Let me pull up my YouTube here. All right. I see Ray, Mark, Gabriel, Franconian, Joey, Aaron, Tyson, Tyborg, Johnny. Thanks, everybody here. If any of you have any questions for me, you're welcome to stick around for a few minutes. You can ask about the YouTube channel. You can ask about some bike projects you have, or if you just want to chat at all, I'll be happy to answer some of your questions. So yes, Mark, I will post the trailer here. I'll probably even do that tomorrow, just a real quick 90-second trailer for the video. By the way, if any of you have ever seen the YouTube channel or have not heard of it yet, there's a guy called CP the Tool Addict. And he was the one that kind of turned me on to Capri Tools. He does a live stream once a week, and he is this hilarious guy from down in the South, kind of a hillbilly character. And he does some of the funnest live streams I've seen before. Okay, coming to questions here then. So one of my favorite places, Ray, to ride in Manhattan used to be what was called the Riverside Trail. But if you remember a couple years ago when the dam was filling up, it flooded the riverbank about 3 feet higher than normal, and so it basically washed away that trail system. So ever since that time, we've been going to Topeka a little bit. There's a really cool trail system there. But also north of Manhattan, Kansas, by about 20 miles, there's a really nice trail system up there. Gabriel, what's the most important project or most difficult project you've worked on? Probably the Swamp Thing bike, if you saw that this year. I cut out so much footage because I thought it'd just be boring to watch, but that entire frame had silt covering the entire inside of the tubes. And so I took a rubber mallet and smacked that thing probably 200 times to break up the clay, knock it out. It was a tough project. Joey asks, are you planning to do any videos with other YouTube channels? We've collaborated last year with Old Shovel, and Rob is the real deal. Super cool guy. So at some future point, I want to probably do a bike ride with him. We'll do kind of a collaboration. Maybe this winter we'll do kind of a winter bike ride. but nobody else has reached out yet so far. Okay, HonFam4 asks, which bike do you enjoy riding the most? My own personal bikes. I got a really nice Marin full suspension bike about a year ago. That's probably been the funnest bike to ride. But also I have this Poseidon, I guess they call it a gravel bike that my brother got me about 2 years ago. And that thing is a blast for every day just kind of pedaling around. Okay, Tyson asks, any upgrades you're planning on doing to the Marin? Yes and no. I got to replace one of the seals. When we went down to Moab last year, we got a bunch of junk down inside of one of the extinction tubes, so I got to get that fixed a little bit. And I'll probably replace the tires at some point. Mark asks, is steel really real, or do you prefer aluminum? I think on a road bike, it would probably be the bike you would feel the biggest difference. Any of you guys that ride road bikes, you probably can chime in on this better, but a road bike with a nice steel frame, wow. It really can take the buzz out of things. Gives it a nice ride to it. Mountain biking is just kind of fun in general. Sometimes you feel a little bit of flex to the frame, but you take a classic old steel road bike and it's pretty hard to beat. How many bikes do I currently own? If you count project bikes, I probably have 6 bikes in the garage that I currently own, not including my kids. But we're always trying to thin that down so my wife doesn't get upset at me. And yes, HonFam form, yes, I have a Marin Rift Zone. It was the version 1 because that was the only one in my size when I got it. And thanks to my brother Tyson, I've been doing some upgrades. Put on a set of nice race face wheels on there and slowly upgrading the components. Awesome. Well, guys, before we sign off, would you mind chiming in on where you are located, what state or what country you're in?